Well, it's a little on the late side, but I don't break a promise. And I promised I would go live every workday in October to talk about a different market update. And I'm here to tell you all about Pinecrest. As my friend Jonathan Vega says, it's not Miami, it's Pinecrest. And let me tell you, Pinecrest is pretty cool. I love Pinecrest. And I have a quick market update. I'm super tired, so I'm going to keep this short. But I have a lot of interesting things to say about Pinecrest. The place where I grew up. I grew up in Pinecrest from when I was 5 years old until I was 18. So I love Pinecrest. Back then it wasn't Pinecrest. It became Pinecrest after I went to college. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown about Pinecrest. I'm going to show you a couple charts, and then we're going to call it a day until I come back tomorrow to talk about Coconut Grove. Okay, here we go. Pinecrest, single family homes. We have had, so far this year, 177 home sales. All right? 177. Only 13 sales in Pinecrest all year have sold for less than $1 million. 22 of the 177 sales sold for more than $5 million. Okay, so the other 142 sales that we had this year were between $1 million and $5 million in Pinecrest. The most expensive sale happened in January. It went for $9,250,000. Last year, the most expensive sale in Pinecrest went for $9.8 million. So we've never crossed that $10 million threshold in Pinecrest. And you want to know something crazy? Right now we have 6 listings on the market for more than $10 million. So maybe one of them is going to break the record, but I have some information here that kind of points to otherwise. Anyway, we'll get there. So remember, we have had 177 sales so far in 2022. Last year in 2021, Pinecrest had 394 sales. Safe to say, we will not come anywhere close to that number this year. There's just no way we're going to have 200 plus sales between now and the end of the year. But the good news is the price per square foot for a home in Pinecrest before the pandemic started averaged about $420 a foot. Right now we're up to about $713 a foot on average. So we've seen tons of growth in value in Pinecrest. Now, here's what I love to look at. If you know Pinecrest, you know the market's different east of Ludlam. East of Ludlam is where we see most of our acre plus properties. So it's just a different market. Get this. This year, only 2 sales all year east of Ludlam have sold for less than $2 million. So and there's nothing active or pending east of Ludlam for less than $2 million. So if you live east of Ludlam, are you psyched right now? Pretty much your house is worth more than $2 million. Nothing selling for less. Can you believe it? I think that's so interesting. Okay. I am going to show you the Pinecrest inventory. Okay. Here is what's happened, to our listings, right? So this is 3 years worth of information, and we are over here. This is the last month we have data for, which is September of 2022. And you can see since September of 2021 that our inventory went down and it has spiked back up. So we definitely see growing number of homes on the market in Pinecrest. But if we compare this to pre-pandemic levels, we had well over double on the market back then compared to what we have now. So Yes, we've seen a lot more houses come on the market. You know, we've doubled the number of houses on the market in the last 6 months, but we're still far, 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 far away from where we were when the pandemic started. So that's good news. We can use more inventory as long as we continue with houses going under contract and selling. Right now we have 25 homes pending sale in Pinecrest. The prices of those homes range from 1.4 million up to 7.25 million. So things are still selling in that high price range. Probably those are newer construction homes. Those are what tend to sell for the most in Pinecrest. Going back to what's on the market, there are 90 homes on the market in Pinecrest right now, none of which are less than $1 million. 6 of which I already mentioned are over $10 million, and we've never had a $10 million sale in Pinecrest. So I think maybe those 6 are priced a little bit high. 2/3 of the 90 houses on the market have been on the market for at least 2 months. 2/3 of our listings have been on the market for 60 days or more. 34 of the 90 homes on the market are east of Ludlam, and 18 of the 90 are new construction. Just some fun facts for Pinecrest. What else do I have to share with you all about Pinecrest? I think that's about it. Here's what I'm going to leave you with. We have about 6 months of inventory, a little more than 6 months of inventory, based on the number of homes on the market and how many homes sold last month in Pinecrest. So remember, anything like a 6 to 9 month of inventory is considered balanced. So we are headed to a balanced market in Pinecrest. But I have a feeling those scales are going to tip, and we are going to be in a buyer's market by the end of the year. That's just my hunch. I could be wrong. Maybe we're going to see some really good sales, which will show us that the months of inventory come down again. But the trend is right now that the months of inventory in Pinecrest are growing. So if you've been thinking about selling your house in Pinecrest, I would say don't wait. Now is the time. And that's all I have for Pinecrest. I'm trying to keep these short and sweet, but full of really good information. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And I'll be back tomorrow with Coconut Grove. So that's it for Pinecrest. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be putting this on my feed. So Sarah, you just missed my whole Pinecrest update, but you can watch it in just a minute. See all of you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in.